Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's December 21st, actually the solstice, and you wouldn't know it by the beautiful day we have here. We got some sunshine, and we're in Teton National Park. It's a beautiful day. It's a little bit warm, and the snow is a little bit thin. We're skiing up Signal Mountain. This is actually a paved Forest Service road. We can't really get into the backcountry because, as you can see, there's just too many logs and brush sticking up. So at this point, until we get more snow, we're going to be pretty much confined to ski and Forest Service roads. Today I'm with Clark, and he's a neighbor from Idaho, and he's been in some of my previous videos, and we're going to talk about how you can improve a trail when you're skiing in a group. Now, ideally, I think a group of 4 is the perfect number to ski in, especially if you're breaking your own trails. It allows you to share the trail breaking duty, and the other people can take the opportunity to actually improve the trail to make it a better trail to ski out on. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How can you make best use of your time and energy to not only have fun in the outdoors, but also make the trail more fun to ski? So let's talk about the lead person, the number one guy, the guy who's breaking trail, the man who has all the work. Now, all of you who ski in the backcountry knows that it takes a lot more energy to be the lead person. The lead person has a really important job. You know, they've got to navigate. They got to make sure that in the backcountry, the trail that he's creating is something that everybody in the party can ski, that it's not too steep for people who don't have adequate grip. Also needs to make sure that when you come back out on the trail, if possible, that the turns aren't going to be so tight that people can't negotiate around them. So straight lines are good for cross-country skiers, and gentle grades make it easier for everybody. Now, the person in front, you can see down below here, the snow is not particularly deep today, but it's most comfortable for them if they ski a trail and they keep their skis close together. That's because there's less snow that they're pushing in front of them. And so the trail that they create is actually a little bit too narrow to ski on for if you want to ski fast. It's not your typical trail like you see over here. So the easiest thing for him to do is to make a narrow trail. But if you're going to take that same trail back out, it's going to ski a lot better if it's wider. So the rest of the people in line can take the opportunity to widen and improve the trail. So we're going to call the trail breaker the number 1 position, and the person that's following right behind him is the number 2 person. So what they should do is they should just step a little bit to one side. In this case, I'm going to take my left ski and I'm going to widen the trail. I'm going to push the snow down with each step. I'm going to push this little edge down and just widen the trail, maybe 1 inch or 2 inches wider. You'll notice that my left ski is making the trail a little wider, and I'm going to use my center ski. If there's any kind of a hump here, I'm going to try and push that down. And let's look behind me here so you can see what the effect. Now, I've kind of creating my own little hump here. It's actually widening the ski. And the job for person number 3 is to even improve the trail even more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go the opposite direction here, and I'm going to pretend I'm the 3rd person in the trail. Okay, so the 3rd person in the trail is going to shuffle along, and they're going to widen the trail ever so a little bit, and they're also going to try to push down this center ridge. Now, I know a lot of you think it's just a lot easier to ski a trail that has a center ridge, and if the snow is soft, that probably is true for beginner skiers. The problem with that logic is if you come back and want to ski the same trail a day later, oftentimes the snow will really harden up. It almost gets so hard. And this center ridge slows down the skis, and also having a really narrow track, it's actually harder to ski in a frozen and crusty double track than it is to ski in a track that is a little bit wider and doesn't have the ridges. So this is me skiing position number 3. I'm widening it a little bit on the opposite side that the number 2 skier did, and I'm also smoothing that center track. Okay, let's look around at my track that I've created here. Now let's kick back. I'm going to be skier number 4. Now, skier number 4, they've got the job to essentially lay the double track as best they can. And so what he can do is, you know, you want to keep the skis properly spaced. You want to try to smooth the trail out as best you can and lay that ski track, that famous ski track that everybody likes so much. That way you have a little bit of a place for each ski to run in. Let's take a look and see, okay? Now, this is what the trail looks like after the 4th person skied on it. And let's compare that to this trail over here. If everybody just kept skiing in the very same tracks. If everybody skis in the same tracks, you get this trench. And as you can see in this case, it's really hardened up. So the key thing is now on the way back out, you can ski this like a cross-country tail. You can really kick along. It's just look at the glide and look at the performance. Let's move over into this track. Same slope and see how much more difficult it is. My skis are catching on the side. I can feel resistance. It's just, it's still a fine ski. It's just not the same great experience that you have as if you take the time to prepare the track. So now in this fictitious group of 4 skiers that are out skiing along, having fun, improving this trail, one of the things they need to do is they need to change positions. And you want to make sure that the person that's in the number 1, the trail breaking position, gets a chance to rest, and that everybody gets equal opportunity, both for easy skiing and difficult skiing.